Thank you, Allie. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the Salutatorian of the class of 2017, Emma Diamond.
Good evening. I'd like to take this opportunity to quickly thank everyone in the audience and all those who made this evening and, quite frankly, the fact that we are graduating at all possible. So, thank you administrators, teachers, guidance counselors, custodians, family, friends, and thank you to the class of 2017. I would also like to give a special thank you to Mr. Bialkin and the band for being here to play tonight for us and for sitting through this ceremony, even though some of them might not have personal connections to those graduating. I did it for 3 years, so I get it. I'd like to start off by talking about a little thing called senioritis, that disease afflicting many a high school senior whose symptoms include lost motivation, the inability to start assignments before the day they're due, and a propensity to nap away our problems, which I know, for some of us, showed its first signs in freshman year. I know. For me and for many others, after college acceptances came out, or at least after we figured out where we would spend the next part of our lives, I heard many people say, and I'm guilty of saying it myself, that they were done with high school, that they were ready to leave. But in all honesty, there are some things from high school that we won't leave behind, that we won't forget. In each of our individual high school experiences, we had to find our thing, our niche, something that spoke to us personally, something that made a difference for us, something that we bring forward to the next part of our lives, that connects us to Ramsey High School, whether that thing was sports, drama, a particular class, a particular club, etc. For me, that thing was band. As a section leader this year, I was given a key to the truck parked just in that lot over there. This key represents 4 years of hard work, of long rehearsals, of communication, of friendships, of leadership. Your uniform, your costume, your book represents the same. We might stay involved with that same thing or pick up something completely different, but we will bring what we learned here, what we gained here, what we fought for here with us. It will always stay a part of us. This key also represents a legacy. There are many things we pass down as we move through high school. The last wills and testaments in our senior edition of the Ram should tell you as much. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you leave an imprint on that environment. You change it, whether in a minuscule or in a monumental way. That imprint could be as obvious as a mural outside the library, like the one finished this year by the Gay Straight Alliance, or as subtle as making someone, even just one person, feel more confident in themselves by way of a nice word while passing in the hallway, or bringing them into your group when they were all alone. However, we are not done finding the things that we love, that inspire us, that fuel our ambitions. We are not done creating legacies. What we did here, while important and the foundations of what comes next, is not the be-all, end-all. You know how every famous person's Wikipedia page has a little paragraph entitled Early Life near the beginning? That's a rundown of where they were born, their family, a sentence, if even, about their high school education. Well, think about this, class of 2017. You are still in the early life section of your Wikipedia page. Think about the paragraphs upon paragraphs left to be written about what you have yet to accomplish, advances you have yet to make, mysteries you have yet to solve, lives you have yet to save. Notice I use the plural when I talk about the things we will find in the future. Do not allow yourself to be pigeonholed into one thing. We are bombarded with talk of finding your passion, finding your calling, finding the one thing you love more than anything. I'm not saying I don't believe in passions, but I object to the idea that we must find only one thing to be passionate about, and I despise the idea that we must find that thing now, when we are 17 and 18 years old. People change, the world changes, so my advice is to change along with it. There will be jobs created in 10 years, in 4 years, probably even next year, that we cannot even imagine today. So, in the future, explore the opportunities given to you. If you're an engineering major, try that philosophy class. If you're a medical student, take that art history class. If you're a history major, take that history of science class, and then take the science class that you're now interested in. Even if you've never volunteered in your life, try getting involved in your community. Read a new book. In this age of binge-watching TV shows, try a new show. This is also, coincidentally, a great excuse when anyone calls you a couch potato. Just explain that you're exploring your horizons. You never know what will spark your interest, what will lead you to a new path. My mom just recently took up knitting, and I, ever the loving daughter, took on the role of model for her many new hats. I'm certainly not saying this will be the impetus for a career change for either of us, but it adds facets to already multifaceted people. Look at the example of your parents. Tonight, they take on the role of parent, but that is not all they are. They are network engineers who also make furniture and tell bad jokes. Dad. They are lawyers, veterans, volunteers, amazing chefs, avid readers, people who knit on the side. From these people, learn to embrace all you are and define yourself. I want to end by reminding you to remember what you learned here, to embrace all that came before and all that comes after, and to most importantly, explore and discover. Congratulations to this amazing class. It has been my privilege to grow up alongside many of you, to meet many of you along the way, and to be part of this exceptional community. And I wish you all the very best in your journey to find your passions, plural. Thank you.